On July 1st, the eviction moratorium in Oregon will be over, and both tenants and landlords are searching for help. Attorneys across the state and here in Central Oregon are seeing an increase in clients calling about tenant-landlord questions or concerns. Noah Chast met with a few Bend attorneys today. Noah, what are they seeing?
Lee, it's not only what or even who, but rather how many. I'm told confusion and concern attorneys are seeing from tenants and landlords is something they have not seen in this quantity anytime before.
Never, nothing like this.
Paul Heatherman has been an attorney in Bend since 1995, and the number of calls he's received since the governor's eviction moratorium announcement on June 11th is a first.
I'm very busy with landlord-tenant, especially compared to, the past, 20 years. It's definitely a noticeable difference.
Starting July 1st, all Oregonians renting a house or an apartment must pay their rent for the current month or face eviction. Now, that's something Oregonians have not had to deal with in nearly a year and a half. Tenants do have until February 28, 2022 to pay back any rent owed during the moratorium. With the rent rules changing, people are searching for legal clarification. Heatherman says he's received more calls from landlords.
So they want to know those, distinctions and what action they can take, because in many cases unpaid rent's been going on for a year and a half.
But KATERY Walsh with the Oregon State Bar says it's affecting everyone.
Both landlords and tenants are really scrambling to figure out how to comply with the law, even as it's changing seemingly hourly.
Hourly is right. As I was speaking with Walsh and a few Bend lawyers Thursday afternoon, the Oregon House passed a bill that would delay eviction by 60 days for renters who can prove they've applied for assistance. But the state Senate still has to approve. Walsh says the Oregon State Bar normally has 60 lawyers taking calls in their referral service for landlord-tenant issues. But with the moratorium ending,
we're literally down to one in the entire state right now that is accepting calls.
Jenny Ray Foreman, another independent attorney in Bend, says she's seen an increase in interest, but is not able to help everyone.
Well, unfortunately, I do charge for consultations, and so sometimes tenants can't afford the consultation.
Heatherman says a normal rent schedule had to resume eventually.
At some point, it was inevitable they're going to have to start paying, so that part's happening, so that's a good thing.
But Walsh fears with the price of rent, something else is inevitable.
So we're probably going to see a lot more evictions based on non-payment of rent.
Walsh tells me if you're in need of legal resources regarding a tenant-landlord issue and cannot connect to or afford a lawyer, there are resources available online. We'll have links to those sites later tonight on KTVZ.com.